Wow, you're here. Welcome back. I love you. There's something about nostalgia that makes us see through rose-colored lenses, especially with our love for Star Wars. I'm not here to ruin that for you, but I do want to point out some of the goofy dialogues and scenes in Star Wars that we never noticed before. Why? Because it's freaking funny. So many people get emotional to the point where they need a safe room and coloring books to deal with anyone talking about their favorite Star Wars movie or movies. So get your crayons and coloring books ready because you are going to be butthurt when I'm finished talking about this iconic Star Wars movie, Attack of the Clones. Here, no Star Wars movie or show will be safe. I will rip them all apart just for fun because I'm all inclusive. Except maybe Andor. That one will remain safe from my self-appointed authority I have vested upon myself. For now. That's right. None of you asked me to do this, but subscribe to my channel. I'm doing it anyway. In my last video, leave a thumbs up, I said I would talk more about Jar Jar Binks. Well, let's get that frustration away, like we never thought about it before. Yeah, he's goofy and at times feels out of place, share the video, but this isn't even my problem with the character. No, my issue with this goofy bastard is how he is written. Then, almost sidelined in Attack of the Clones. When I see someone for the first time after 10 years or so, I usually say, "What's up, bro? It's been a while." Or, if I never like that person, I straight up ignore them. I don't go nuts, screaming and carrying on like Jar Jar did when he saw Anakin and Obi-Wan. Maybe he's touched, mentally. Well, I guess we kind of figured that out after about 3 seconds of meeting him in The Phantom Menace. But he goes absolutely apeshit as if his favorite curling team, or whatever the hell they're called, wins a match. I don't understand curling. Is it like shuffleboard on ice or something? Sounds like a traveling Disney show. Ooh, that would make Jar Jar even more annoying. Jar Jar on Ice. Coming soon to Madison Square Garden. Get your tickets now through the always ethical Ticketmaster. But back to Jar Jar. In The Phantom Menace, he was granted Bombay General for basically revealing two of the Gungan's secret hiding places. Yeah, that's all he did. That's a really bad diversity hire. But now, in Attack of the Clones, he has once again been moved up to being, yes, a representative of Naboo in the government. Star Wars got weird on us with this one. What the actual... Okay, let's keep this sort of kid-friendly. How in the hell did anyone vote for this idiot? Sure, he may have been seen as some kind of weird war hero from the Battle of Naboo, where he basically surrendered just before Anakin Skywalker ended the war, taking out the control ship for the droids. But it was more like having Pee Wee Herman on the battlefield. And surely the smart people of Naboo knew he was, well, not right in the head. But they said, "Crap, we need a Gungan representative. Captain Tarpals? Nah, let's give the idiot a shot." What harm could he do? I seriously question George Lucas's motivations on this one and where he was trying to take Star Wars at this point. The moron did nothing great. What were his campaign slogans? "We're going underwater now, okay day?" Because that's exactly what happened under his expert leadership. The whole galaxy went to shit, and Amidala died. The Jedi became either flame-broiled, poor Plo Koon, shish kebabbed, or target practice for the last Imperial troops that could aim worth a damn. All because of old Duckbutt, who didn't deserve the position he was granted. Talk about selected and not elected. Ah, come on, you've all seen people with a duck butt. The high, poofy butt that sticks out like a duck's. These are the jokes, people. Laugh. Let's move on, please. I get tired of talking about a Star Wars character whose tongue puts Gene Simmons to shame. Calm down, ladies. Let's talk about one of the weirdest decisions I thought George Lucas ever made in Star Wars. Ever. Yeah, weirder than Jar Jar Binks. He hails from a land called Serenno. He's a political idealist, not a murderer. The terrifying, the evil, the greatest Sith Lord to ever live, Count Mother-freaking Dooku. Only most of these things aren't true. He's not terrifying. His motivations aren't those born of evil, and he was not a great Sith Lord. Always also known as Darth Tyrannus, Count Dooku replaced Darth Maul as Darth Sidious's apprentice. But for a moment, let's separate Count Dooku from the actual person who portrayed him, Christopher Lee. I have mad respect for the actor and will not talk shit about him, but little to no respect for the character of Count Dooku during the Star Wars prequel trilogy. And not for the usual reasons anyone wouldn't like him when Attack of the Clones was released. You know, before the Clone Wars series and Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars animated series made him so much cooler. Okay, so think of this. We had the Star Wars original trilogy with the most iconic villain of all time, Darth Vader. He looked terrifying to me as a child in 1977 to 1983. He was pure evil for the longest. The basis of what any good villain should be. Then in The Phantom Menace, we had the first runner-up for the spot of great Star Wars villains, Darth Maul. His name alone was something of pure evil art. His appearance was just as menacing. Then his character's ruthlessness made The Phantom Menace. I'm serious, he made The Phantom Menace, dude. But put his lightsaber through a Jedi Master while looking in the eyes of the Master's pupil, Obi-Wan Kenobi, as if to say, "Bring it, dickhead, you're next." Albeit he ended up becoming half the man he used to be, or two halves of the man he used to be. Then, Count Dooku enters the chat, a frail old man with liver-spotted hands and dialogue that seemed to be written by a dyslexic farm animal. I know a lot of times he was trying to be cunning or whatever, but he tells Obi-Wan Kenobi, as Kenobi dangles helplessly in front of him, "Oh no, my friend, this is a mistake, a terrible mistake." "What do you mean, dog? Do you have a problem with rats or something and never intended on capturing a spying Jedi? You got dude hanging in bondage that would make Ron Jeremy smile. This wasn't intentional?" He looks like he's about to Bill Cosby Obi-Wan Kenobi's ass, or at a minimum scream to the other room, "Diddy, bring me the baby oil." Okay, if it's a mistake, cut him down and let him go then. Nope, he keeps him there in a monologue. However, he didn't lie to Obi-Wan Kenobi, and really it seemed the Sith tell the truth more often than the Jedi do. But that's beside the point. Stop sidetracking me. The appearance of Count Dooku alone was, well, disappointing. How do you follow Darth Vader and Darth Maul? Yes, he was still called Darth Maul at this time. How do you follow that with someone 2 days away from a memory care center in a senior living community? Then he speaks and all doubts are shed. He's out of place. Get great-grandpa back in his bed, he's having another episode. I can't think of one bit of dialogue of Dooku's in Attack of the Clones that made me think this guy is worthy of the Sith title. That changed with the Clone Wars, but it had not been released yet, had it? The Clone Wars animated series wasn't even a thought at this time. I know a lot of people love Count Dooku, and I'm glad for them, but it wasn't because of the Star Wars movie Attack of the Clones. "It's obvious this contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force, but by our skills with a lightsaber." Okay, you had to announce it? Didn't see Darth Vader tell Obi-Wan Kenobi, "Okay, I'm going to take out my lightsaber now, are you ready?" And Darth Maul didn't scream to Qui-Gon Jinn from his speeder, "I'm going to jump and ignite my lightsaber now, prepare yourself." Just pull it out, dude. In an age where men are pulling it out for no reason, you didn't have to announce it. But keep the other saber in your trousers, please. There's so much bad dialogue with Count Dooku. Then you have this scene where he's flying above the desert floor on a speeder bike traveling 100 miles an hour with the wind speed equivalent to a toddler on a tricycle. Granddad doesn't like his hair messed up. Okay, then why a speeder bike? Why not a scooter? They had it all backwards. In another Star Wars series, The Book of Boba Fett, they had youth on scooters made for the elderly. And in Attack of the Clones, they had the senior citizen on a high-speed Sportster. Okay, I think you get the point. How does Star Wars go from the likes of Darth Vader and Darth Maul to Grandpa Earl? For me, the saving grace for Attack of the Clones was seeing the actual clones and Jango Fett. Sure, he had some weird dialogue too, but overall he didn't seem out of place at all. I don't even mind the CGI stuff for the whole movie. For the time it was made, it was groundbreaking, and Attack of the Clones was the first movie shot with all digital cameras. George Lucas had always been at the forefront of new technologies in cinema. It's just too bad it hasn't aged as well as A New Hope or The Empire Strikes Back. Yet, still I watch it, and I love it. Goofiness is part of Star Wars and has been subscribed to my channel for almost 50 years. Some say it needs to change. Why? It's silly fun with low-stakes action fit for a Friday night viewing with a loved one in the back of a theater while getting a kid-friendly. Kid-friendly here. Handmade popcorn. Yeah, moist. Moist with butter. Not me. I don't want butter on me. The popcorn is moist with butter. Jesus, I need to shut up. It's too early for this shit. Subscribe to my channel, and I'm tired. In these times, with stabbings, school shootings, a political atmosphere that has divided the world, and general hate all over the internet, I just want to bring some happiness. I think we need it. Join me next time as I tear apart Revenge of the Sith. No Star Wars content is safe. May the Force be with all you dickheads, forever. And I mean that in the most loving way.